0809 444 for all your WhatsApp messages. Tweet us at Smooth91FM. And I believe our reliable intern Sam, we're on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. All right, streaming live on YouTube, youtube.com/, Smooth91 FM. All right. So market activity. What else is new? The market is down again, 0.47%. We're now exactly at 13 trillion naira market cap. Well, 13.07 trillion naira. 29,668 points is where we closed. I believe Sovereign Trust Insurance was our top gainer yesterday. Forte Oil, which topped the charts when the Otedela divestment announcement was made, was the top loser yesterday. But whether we start with the purchasing managers index for the month of for this month for June from the CBN, yes.
Yes.
I see a slight slowdown compared to May.
A slight slowdown in growth.
Okay.
So we saw increased numbers in purchasing managers index.
Okay.
Manufacturing sector grew to 57.4 points in June,
Okay.
and that's a slower expansion compared to 57.8 points recorded in May, and it's a really marginal growth. The PMI primarily is a leading indicator for the GDP, gross
Okay.
domestic product,
All right.
and it shows gives us a prevailing direction of economic trends in the manufacturing and service sectors, which can help provide information on current and future business conditions, which helps business owners and people looking to do business in Nigeria make their decisions. So
Okay.
the fact that the PMI is growing, I mean, it's obviously good news, but it's growing at a really slow rate. The growth in PMI sector will definitely mean improved supply of goods and services,
Okay.
slightly increased employment levels for these manufacturing and non-manufacturing sectors. But if the business conditions in the country aren't, encouraging enough or helpful enough to business owners,
Yeah.
and people looking to also do business in Nigeria, we wouldn't see significant rise in PMI numbers.
Okay, so then again, that's the survey that the CBN conducts, yeah, where they go and talk to them. Hey, how's this going? How's
Yes,
that going?
yes. So
Production
how they
levels
do,
and
they
so on.
call top managers in the manufacturing and non-manufacturing industries and ask them, how their numbers were or how their numbers are for the month, and also try to get a sense of their how they feel the business conditions are basically.
Okay.
And they
Okay.
use this to conduct the PM index.
All right, so I guess that's positive. That's good. All right, so let's tilt over from PMI over to oil palm production. Our dear central bank governor saying that what's the figure? I said Nigeria is losing how much per year?
20 billion
20
to the
billion
neglect
dollars,
of
yeah?
20 billion dollars due to neglect of
So
palm oil and full concentration on crude oil.
so
Surprise, surprise.
the usual story, Abby.
Yes, the usual story, but he, the, this headline states that Emefiele laments on how Nigerians shouldn't focus on crude oil only, and also try to diversify and all of that. But it's always difficult when the business environment is not enabling. I think last year we spoke to two of the major players in this industry, that's Okomo Oil and Presco.
Okay.
And they complained about the significant factors that are affecting their business, which is insecurity,
Okay.
and also smuggling.
Right.
So the insecurity, I mean, they have local farmers tend to always steal
Right.
from their own oil palm productions, and also the smuggling issues, which has been addressed by CBN.
Forever. Smuggling forever. That one never stops.
It's always exactly forever. But CBN included oil palm as one of the 43 banned items. When
To
in
access
April
foreign
20
exchange.
in April 2017, that they did that around that time.
Yeah.
So this should have helped the oil palm industry a little, but smuggling, as you said, forever.
Right.
And also the cost of even going into the business
is high, yeah?
Exactly. It's very capital intensive if you want to venture into oil palm production. Even though oil palm is the most consumed edible oil, there are a lot of I mean, we have the resources in
Yeah.
Nigeria, evidently,
Mm.
but the cost of going into the business is very high. So most of the farmers we have are local farmers.
Right. Right. Right.
And yeah, exactly. So, but I think what the government can do is to, as I said earlier, make the business environment more enabling
Mm.
and also attract, which would also attract investors, foreign and local investors to that industry to at least grow what we currently have.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do about 15 to 20% in the early 90s, and now is 1.4%
Yeah. Yeah.
to our GDP, which is
Low.
significantly low.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. You know what? When we seek solutions. Yeah. I saw this video, and I've
Mm-hmm.
tweeted this video out. I think I tweeted it about 3 4 days ago. I think we've retweeted it on the Smooth FM Twitter handle. Yeah. The Economist had a video where they were looking at vanilla. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
vanilla that you eat in your ice cream, and vanilla that is used to make. I think they use some perfumes and colognes
Mm-hmm.
use it, and they were looking at the sharp rise in its cost. So vanilla apparently used to cost $80 a kilo in 2014. As of this year, it jumped to $500, from $80 to 500. So like a 525%
Wow.
increase. I think they said it was due to increased demand. But here's the interesting thing:
Okay.
80% of the supply of vanilla comes. I didn't know this. It comes from Madagascar, apparently, that little island off the coast of, which is still technically Africa. 80%. So whenever you go to your wherever, Cold Stone or wherever you order vanilla, you're probably contributing to Madagascar's economy. I think the remaining 20% is from either Mexico and then maybe Thailand or somewhere else.
Okay.
But so I looked into how do you grow this thing, and it
Do
comes
we
from.
have the tropical environment to grow vanilla in the
Yes,
first
we
place?
yes we do. We do
Okay.
because I can't remember the temperature specifications, but it was pretty much it needs a high level of humidity and
South,
also
south.
some heat. South, exactly. So, and this is me just sitting down, the humble host of this radio station. Just say, okay, look. So why, these are the kind of things that I wonder.
Yeah.
Why not explore and see whether you can go into these things, because we've been lamenting this oil palm thing forever, and maybe, I mean, like you said, you have the resources, but if you can't beat the smuggling, the CBN's only response to this has been to ban its access to foreign exchange.
I mean,
That's it.
I'm all for that, but we already have. It would be good if we can include vanilla production. But there would also be the same issues.
Mm,
Will the business environment enable people looking to go into that be successful? I
right,
mean,
right, right.
I'm sure it's possible
Mm,
that some people may have thought of it. Some farmers may have thought of vanilla production, but they are maybe it's too capital intensive.
yeah.
The government is not going to be as supportive as it needs to be to the
Mm-hmm.
to new production sectors,
Right.
and also we already have the agricultural produce that we have already. We can at least try to be more active, or better
At,
in
at
revenue
for
generation. I
what we
mean, we
already
haven't
have.
done good with what we already
I mean,
have.
I want to go into vanilla. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see.
So
Well, okay,
it's
okay.
still the same issues fundamentally.
It's the same thing, same
Business
thing.
environment
You
and
might come back here next week or the week after, and we'll still be talking about it. Anyway, let's move on to bad mutilated currency notes in the market. Apparently, the central bank has given DMBs, that is deposit money banks, until September 2nd. Yeah, September 2nd as a deadline for the collection and sorting of all mutilated naira notes. Whether are we good at maintaining anything? You think it's going to change, whether it's roads or currency notes?
I mean, the figure they gave us for this, the figure we're given
Yeah,
for the bad notes in circulation is 7.9 trillion naira worth
that's
of
almost
bad
the budget.
notes.
What?
7.9
How
trillion.
much is the budget again? 8 point something or 9? Yeah, that's almost the budget. Yeah.
I feel there should be more. There should be more stricter policies in retrieving these bad notes. Stating maybe stricter laws that
Mm,
you cannot spend this money if you don't. But we have a large population. About 60% of our population are not non-banking individuals.
Right, right.
So, I mean, the fact that you and I put our money in the bank,
Mm-hmm.
some people still believe in putting their money under their mattress
Right,
or
right.
inside a box,
Right.
which they feel is safer
And they
than
crush it like it's a, paper,
exactly,
and
or
then
tying it in their wrapper or
right,
something.
right, right.
Yes, so there, I can believe that this figure may be accurate,
Mm.
due to also the level of literacy in Nigeria. But as I said, stricter policies to ensure that bad notes are replaced, with good ones should definitely be ensured.
We'll be here in September 2nd, and we'll see whether or not this. But that's an excellent point you've raised.
I mean, there was also a time where there were,
they've raised this
laws.
before,
Again,
have they?
they've
Yeah.
raised this before,
Yeah.
when they also said that we are not allowed to spray money at
Right,
weddings,
when-
abuse of the naira.
Right,
Yes, I
right,
recall.
right.
So we'll still talk about this,
We'll
of
be here.
course, as usual.
Yinka wants me to run for agriculture minister. Yinka says, huh? Vanilla, common vanilla. I don't understand how 80% of vanilla comes from one region, tiny one at that. I think it's high time ministerial roles are made open so people can apply for it. Rotus. No, Yinka, I want you to run for agriculture minister. Yinka, you should run. But thanks for your message. Onyinye says, until infrastructure such as roads, security, and power get serious attention, ideas such as vanilla plantation will struggle. Same thing Wede was
Exactly.
alluding to. Okay, I know a lot of people wanted to talk about this. I said let me leave it for last because we only got just a minute left. Sanusi was at the third National Treasury Workshop, which was organized by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. This was in the Coronation Hall, Government House, Kano. He says Nigeria is heading for bankruptcy under this administration.
One thing we love about Sanusi is that he always speaks his mind.
Very honest man.
Very straight.
Blunt.
Just exactly. That's the
tells
word.
it as it is.
But yeah, the accountant general, said that the 293 billion debt servicing, there's no cause for alarm, everything is fine. And I mean, that's what we've been hearing, even as the debt servicing is already about 70%,
right,
what we're using for our revenue according to the last budget figures. But I believe that while Sanusi has a point, there are still a lot of bigger challenges in the debt servicing. We have so many expenses, increased labor costs, debt servicing, and then our revenue streams are not able to even support what we already have on ground. And until we try to look for more ways to get revenue, there's no way we're going to be able to finance our expenses, like removal of subsidies. I mean, other sectors like education and health would suffer from exactly.
Wede of Afri Invest, thank you so much for joining us for today's edition of Business Express. Yinka, I see your
thanks for having me.
See your message here on the circulation of
and I support news. Yinka. You should definitely
Yinka.
run.
Yes, Yinka should run. Yinka, we support. I'll vote for you, or however it works. Thank you so much for your messages. So Wede, we'll see you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, that ought to do it for today for Business Express. We'll join you again tomorrow. How do we do on time this time?
Yeah, well, because there's a Union Bank thing at